Brand new video today. We're doing 2 NFL player props here on PrizePicks for Thursday Night Football, Thursday, November 14th. Before I get started, you guys take a look in the description below of the video. Hop into the Discord. It's where I post all the plays I'm making on PrizePicks. There's other cappers in there as well. Overall, you guys, super positive community. Everyone in the Discord really just trying to help each other cash. I also want to mention I'm not a gambling expert. This is not financial advice. Simply just plays I'm personally looking at making. Hopefully give you guys some insight and analysis to make your own player prop decisions here. Again, no one's pressing submit on those parlays other than yourselves. But let's get right into it, you guys. I really don't want to waste any time. Also, go ahead and follow me on Twitter at ToughPicks, posting daily plays of the day. We're 8-3 currently. I've posted 11 plays of the day. Again, the time of me recording this video, Benedict Mathurin is still playing, but this was the play of the day today. Full write-ups here. So again, go to follow me on Twitter. Really trying to get my Twitter active and going. But yeah, Twitter account at ToughPicks. Shoot me a follow. There's also a link in the description below to follow me as well. But 2 player props for this Thursday Night Football game. Hopefully we get a good game here. Divisional matchup. Both these teams, playing for. I don't want to say it's for the division, but it's a big time game as far as playoff seeding goes, as far as potentially winning the division goes. But yeah, let's not waste any time. Let's get right into it. First play I'm looking at is DeVonta Smith over 11.5 fantasy score. I think anytime I see DeVonta Smith, regardless of matchup, whether it be he's playing a tough opponent, poor opponent, at 11.5, I just think is some supreme value in this one. Again, this is a 3.5 point spread. A little bit of rain expected here, 48.5 game total. So again, Vegas projecting some points. If you compare the game total to other games on the slate, it is actually projected to be the highest game total of the week. So hopefully we get a shootout here, just an absolute electric game overall. But yeah, so DeVonta Smith, over this line, if we take a look here on the season, he's over this line in over this line in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of 9 games, and then 2 complete duds. And the 2 duds, I don't want to say they're outliers. Again, 2 opponents that were kind of inferior to the Philadelphia Eagles, but in competitive games, he's cleared this line pretty easily. And again, if he does see 3-4 catches, I think he's got a great shot at clearing this line, especially with the touchdown upside. As far as matchups goes, it is a strong matchup, although over the last, couple of weeks or so, the Commanders have definitely been a lot better in their secondary. They still do give up the 12th most fantasy points to the wide receiver position. But we look at DeVonta Smith, over 3.5 receptions, I believe on Outlier. Again, this is Outlier. You can get a 7-day free trial with the link in the description. Over 3.5 receptions is minus 210. And kind of if we look at DeVonta Smith this season, like I said, if he sees 4 plus receptions, he's over this line in every single game. 18.7, 20.5, 14.9, 15.4, 20.6. Going back to last season with 4 catches, right? This obviously has a super high floor as well. You could see 4 catches here, and then the fantasy scores here that follow. Same on, going to back 2 seasons ago. You're talking about DeVonta Smith at 11.5. You can see the hit rate in 2022. The hit rate in 2023 is just massive as well. And then this season as well. He's the wide receiver 2 in this offense, but I think in a game that the Commanders' secondary is obviously going to try to hone in on Saquon Barkley and A.J. Brown. At 11.5 for DeVonta Smith, I think is some value. A.J. Brown's at 16. We look at Terry McLaurin at 13, and Saquon Barkley, is at 17. I just think elite value. I honestly would play this at 12. And then we look at his hit rate against the Commanders in his career. Like I said, divisional matchup here. DeVonta Smith's over this line in 4 straight matchups versus the Washington Commanders. 4 straight. He's had a touchdown in 3 of his last 4. We look at other wide receivers, fantasy score game log this season, right? Versus the Commanders logging 4 plus targets. Or let's just do this actually with 2 plus targets just to see if there's any more wide receivers in the hit rate overall here. But wide receivers fantasy score game log with 2 or more targets here. Again, this is in a over the last, I want to say this is over the last 8 weeks, you can see the players and the type of players that have cleared the over on this line. I just think it's a low line. Divisional matchup, 48.5 point game total. I would play this at 12, by the way. This is the first play. The second play is going to be Jayden Daniels. Actually targeting his under 45.5 rush yards. Again, if you take a look at his last 5 on PrizePicks, he's under this line in 3 of his last 5 games. And his 2 overs are 2 of the poor rushing defenses in the NFL, right? But just coming off a game where he had 5 rushing yards last week, I really think there's value in this line for a few reasons. One, we just take a look at the matchup and kind of how their quarterbacks have been doing against the Eagles this season. The Eagles are allowing the 9th fewest total rushing attempts to the quarterback position on the year, as well as the 4th fewest total rushing yards. And that's because they just don't put a ton of pressure to the quarterback. We know quarterbacks game log this season, right? 45.5, 46. No quarterback has even touched 20. 20 is the most any quarterback has cleared. And again, they haven't faced a ton of mobile quarterbacks here, right? So far this season, but 20 total rushing yards through what we're in week 11. No quarterback has sniffed 20. And we look at Jayden Daniels, like I said, on the season. This has a decent hit rate, 5 of 10. 5 of 10 games he's hit the over. But a little bit more as of late, I think they're trying to conserve him. Don't want him to get injured, especially considering how good the Commanders really are. There's just been less designed runs for him, right? But specifically, like I said, the Eagles matchup, they don't put a ton of pressure to the quarterback. We know the Eagles defensive coordinator, Vic Fangio, he likes to put that too high more than anyone in football. And it shows in the stats, right? On the season, the Eagles are the sixth lowest in blitz percentage, and then pressure percentage to the QB. They're also very low here. I believe this is like 8th or 9th lowest pressure percentage to the quarterback. So they're not putting a ton of pressure on Jayden Daniels in the pocket, which again is not going to allow him or have to have him rush the football, right? Vic Fangio was the defensive coordinator last season with the Miami Dolphins, and you can see here. I mean, they only Josh Allen was the only quarterback last season to go over this line. I mean, Lamar Jackson only had 35, Daniel Jones 24 here, Jalen Hurts 21, Josh Allen 17. And those are 4 pretty good dual threat rushing type of mobile quarterbacks, and they were easily all held under this line here. A short week as well. I just think they're not trying to put Jayden Daniels with a ton of design runs. Again, if you don't like rushing yards, you could take under rush attempts at 8. But I think I'd rather bet on the full rush yards. So 2 player props for this YouTube video, a unique and different kind of under here for Jayden Daniels. Please drop a like, check out all the links in the description below, and as always, let's cash.